This week on Zen and Not Zen, BroTime edition.
This is a story of now, I was not here on this road trip, but this is along those lines. I was not here on this road trip, but I know all the players involved, and I believe it, and I've heard the story confirmed by the other guy. He thought it was a good idea. He was like, oh, I got to get rid of these tan lines. So he decided to tan his dick on the road trip. You want to talk about...
He just whipped it out and sat
in the
car.
car?
Good, I wasn't in... Do our previous podcast about sack tapping, these guys were more of that cut from that cloth.
Okay,
Anyway,
tracks,
these dudes are hilarious. So is this guy.
Yeah.
But you talk about sun in your butthole and shit. Well, first of all, as you will learn, it's easier to sunburn these areas because they're not
they don't
used
see
to
the
it.
which is
So
why it's only
Home
30
Dog-
seconds.
Home Dog is down there just, trying to tan his dick to get rid of the tan line on this road trip, and he's got it like angled into the sun, and I guess the window magnified it.
Smoking out of his dick.
Like he sunburned his dick so bad it like took him like a 10 minutes to put on pants and shit.
Oh my god.
I don't like that at all.
So fucking awesome.
Does it smell like bacon in here? What is
It's
happening?
so bad.
Yeah.
It's like,
crispy.
oh yeah, you're just driving. Like, oh yeah, you got to get rid of that tin line. That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah.
BroTime.
My stupid game room. I've got like more fucking systems than I can shake a dick at.
Oh, yeah.
And again, this is all shit I don't use.
Right.
You constantly just go in there and shake your dick at your systems?
Not really. I look at them and
Flap,
go,
flap,
man,
flap.
I should really fucking play with these things, and then I
Are you
don't.
talking about your dick or the
Yeah.
systems?
Yeah.
No, I never forget to do that. Never forget to do that. Fucking Adam Carolla's quote on that was the best. Was put me down for once a day, but I have more 2 a day than I have a miss a day. And I'm like, oh fuck, that is exactly what I needed to hear at like 19.
Miss a day.
Put me down for once a day, but I'll have more 2 a day.
Then skip a day. That's fucking great. That's good Adam Carolla advice right there.
I think he went all kind of Joe Rogan-y neocon.
I think he did too, yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, he was always, out of the two, between him and Kimmel on the Man Show, I always remember Carolla being a little more...
I fucking loved Loveline.
A little more cynical.
Yeah, a little more harsh around the edges, I think.
Yeah. God, I forgot about the Man Show.
Man Show!
What was that kid?
I mean, that's not
Milanakis.
That's
Yeah.
right. Oh, fucking... And he had a little spin-off for a while.
Yeah, the
Andy
Milanakis.
Milanakis
I got a bee on my head. Don't call me a bee head.
He was so random.
He was so... I don't know
So fucking
why.
random.
I feel like if he had come out... Because he was big when he was around, like, in the early 2000s. But I feel like if he had done his shit then, now, I feel like he might even be bigger.
Yeah.
Because industry is becoming more weird or embracing of the weird.
Yeah.
And I feel like he was a little ahead of his time where people didn't quite know what to do with him.
Yeah, I think if he had a TikTok channel now, he would just be fucking killing it. But you never know. He probably is still doing some shit.
I think I saw him recently, and he looks the same, which is wild.
12.
Yes, he still looks like a 30-year-old man dressed in a 12-year-old's body. Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love that guy. That was random. Like I miss. I shouldn't say miss. I have nostalgia around like just channel surfing through like that randomness that used to be there.
The 2 a.m. MTV programming.
So, yeah, I haven't done it, but like you'll see on YouTube, it'll just be like a fucking 45 minutes of just 90s commercials, just some guy's VHS. I'm like, fuck, people are gonna do that. I haven't clicked on it yet because now you're just watching ads, but it's just like fuck. It was actually along that line. There was a lady who, fuck, I don't even know the names. It doesn't really matter. But there was an old lady in Detroit or some shit who his nightly routine was to record the fucking nightly news, and she did that for like 50 years or whatever.
Right.
And then she passed away, and now that like all those tapes is like a huge, like the largest like living memory of pretty much all of that shit from that era.
Yeah.
Because also all these people don't archive all this stuff. They destroy it all and blah blah blah.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Well, I would think. I mean, you tape
Not
over
everything's
tape.
making it in the
You
Library
tape
of Congress.
Over tape,
Right.
especially if you're like a local news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
I always wonder how long stuff survives, or how, because I had tapes and tapes of just old commercials from taping whatever TV shows, and I wonder how many of those just don't exist anymore because people either just got rid of their tapes and didn't think about. And I don't think TV channels keep it.
Yeah.
Because why would you?
I thought about that when I Goodwilled my CD collection a while back, and I kept all
Cracked review up.
Cracked review was in there definitely. But I
They're
kept
going on
like
tour this summer.
he's got a new song with a guy named Dax. It's pretty good. And talk about like men's feelings and stuff. It's really Darius Rucker.
Oh, okay.
From the Hootie and Blowfish.
Yeah.
Well, now country music solo artist Darius Rucker.
Yeah.
But I kept all the demos that I had and all like the shit that I knew would never come out on Spotify.
The bootlegs and shit.
Yeah, totally.
I have a couple bootleg Amy Winehouse ones that I still can't find anywhere, and I know they're in my CD collection somewhere, but yeah.
What's funny, Christopher Nolan actually just said, I read this yesterday, was like, I put a lot of work into the Oppenheimer Blu-ray. Please buy it. That way you'll own it and it won't get stolen. And I'm paraphrasing, but that was kind of more of the shit. Like, I got rid of DVDs in the fucking 15, 20 years ago because it was just like, okay, it's all streaming. It's all going to be on Netflix. It's always, like, Netflix at the time literally had everything.
Yeah. Huge platform.
You know, but it is just kind of funny because you can buy shit and then licenses change hands and you no longer own it.
Yeah.
Well, there's
like
so
you're down
many...
Periscope. I know you've gotten ROI on that down Periscope.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably splice together a good 3 podcasts, just me giving you shit about buying down Periscope.
Everybody needs a little Kelsey Grammer in their life every once in a while. You know?
I mean, hey, man.
Can't always be Frasier, can't always be the Beast from X-Men, throw a little Kelsey Grammer in your life, man.
I know, and I wonder too, like, because there's so many shows that I really do enjoy on streaming that are like Hulu originals or Netflix originals, like all the Mike Flanagan shit. I would love to own DVDs of that because the DVDs of like all of the TV shows I have commentary or behind the scenes stuff or extra things, like, and there isn't an option for that. And if Netflix, God forbid, ever shuts down and goes away, like, how do we get those shows that I want to watch again?
And I believe Best Buy said next year they're not going to carry DVDs or Blu-rays anymore.
Do you know how many Black Fridays I would sit outside at 3 a.m.
Well, no, I mean,
to get
like,
all the DVDs from Best Buy for $2?
That was like a thing, like, that was a huge portion of the store, and now it is literally like an afterthought. You could still
going to sell now?
Computers,
appliances?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, it's just I mean, I guess that's another thing is that Best Buy now is even more. I mean, shit, I was there maybe like 2 weeks ago. I mean, it's mainly cell phones and stuff.
Yeah,
cell phones and mobile.
My laptop, my
well, they do like sound systems and TVs and shit like that, I think.
But fucking Best Buy, man. I figured they'd be out of business by now.
I know.
I thought they went out of
Circuit
business
City.
like Circuit City.
How did
Future Shop?
Circuit City must be
Future
so
Shop was
pissed.
before that. Did you guys have Future Shops down south?
No. We didn't have Fry's either.
Fry's? I never actually went to a Fry's.
I went to the one up here a few times.
It was because it was a fucking drive. It was a drive. It was south.
Renton.
Yeah. I remember that, but that was kind of nuts because you could literally get everything.
Dude,
Fry's was the name of our grocery store in Arizona.
That was what confused me.
It always confused me.
But I knew about the Fry's grocery store.
Yeah.
Just traveling the surrounding states.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, Fry's electronics. I'm like, no,
it's a grocery store.
Fucking eggs and milk and shit.
Right, at
What the
Fry's.
fuck you getting, like,
Thank you for
circuit boards?
validating
Yeah,
me.
no, like actual like boards. I'm like, like fucking Wozniak and Jobs.
Yeah.
Totally. You can like build your own computer from there.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was fucking bonkers.
All those kids that are way more financially successful. I didn't say more financially successful than me.
There you go.
They could do that at a younger age. Went there and built all that shit.
Yep. Well, they're teaching like computer coding now in certain, definitely in other countries earlier on, but in certain states now here.
Well, is it
like,
STEM? It's like science.
Almost like in elementary school. They're teaching coding.
I kind of want to learn it just so I know it because I feel like it can't be not useful.
Totally.
Well, I
that's
mean,
definitely one of those things that in the future that's a benefit to have. It's like learning how to type.
Right.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, as I think of like, for you, Adam, an example of where that would benefit you is for building your own fucking website and all that shit.
Well, to be fair, like Squarespace and Wix and shit like that, like it's just drag and drop.
Yeah.
It's so fucking easy.
So like I actually was never able to, we've talked about this before, I never knew how to like do the HTML code for my MySpace and stuff.
Yeah.
You'd always miss one and then you'd repost
friend,
it and it would just be fucking shit.
I always had a friend, it's like, oh, it's really easy. You're just doing copying stuff. I'm like, this is not easy.
Yeah.
This is
not.
not.
Yeah.
And then even on MySpace thing, it's like, just have the MySpace community can help you. I'm like, That's not telling
No.
me either. That's telling me to have my friend do it.
Yeah,
She picked the wrong Jane's Addiction song. Love you, Mary.
Yep. Yeah, it was so strange because like I had no idea how to do any of the coding and shit, and like I'm sure most of the people in the United States at that point didn't. And then all of a sudden MySpace comes along, and then we become like coding whizzes.
But
like,
how did we
overnight.
collectively learn how to do it? You know what I mean?
Collective
like
consciousness.
we did. Like
No,
there was
but like seriously, like
there wasn't
everybody
Google
knew
back
how to,
then.
Like again, I still don't know how to do it, and my friend did it.
Yeah.
But like everybody else seemed to know how to do it,
Yes!
and it was not like I skipped a day at school.
In 2004, you're telling me that people just knew how to code. They just figured
I
it
fucking
out.
have no idea, but that's totally true. I was
But
just
we
like,
just
okay.
all had that one friend that were like, "Oh, how do you do this?" And that's how we all found out.
Yep.
What are they going? Ask Jeeves.
So that friend that you just spoke of, because
Yeah.
we all have one. You know, I had
It's
that friend
ask.com
too.
now.
Oh, okay.
And what
Don't
that
need to
friend
type
told
Jeeves
me,
after
and what I did was I had a file on my computer that like a Word document that had all the HTML codes in there for like embedding your song, embedding the background,
sparkles.
and then all you had to do was like copy and paste it,
sparkles.
and then enter in like the fucking John Denver fucking song for my landing page, or
the fuck?
John Stamos for the backing art. It's like fucking
John
hell.
Stamos for
Just
the
going through all the
background art.
Johns that I know right now.
Johnny Travie.
Johnny Travie.
John Jacob Jingleheimer.
Yeah, that's hot radio.
Yeah.
Hot cast.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to talk about random jobs today, or just random shit in general.
Yes.
I think
Random
we talked about
jobs.
Good job. Good
Strange things humans do or choose to do with their lives.
Well, I think I told you about my buddy who is a carpenter and does like high-end like remodels and shit in people's houses and whatnot. And he went and did some guy's place in Fremont, and the guy had a fishbowl full of plane stubs, like ticket stubs,
Okay.
Okay.
like just on his like middle of his counter.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck, what's that all about? And he's like, I am a test stunt driver for Land Rover. Fly all over the world. I'm that fucking guy cutting cookies in the fucking Navajo or whatever the fuck.
On the salt plains
Yeah,
or whatever.
just fucking brand new
That's
shit.
fucking cool.
So those were like all the ticket stubs from where he traveled.
Wow.
Probably makes fucking $500,000 a year. Probably,
Just to drive cars and
drive luxury automobiles for probably like fuck. I mean, I have no
And
idea.
like drive them like they were meant to be driven.
Yeah.
Not
fucking
like
rally
commuting
the
driving.
fuck
Yeah.
out of that
Yeah.
shit.
Like
Professional
suspension,
driver
let's try it.
on a fucking like private course.
Open.
That guy, yeah, just
That's
fucking,
fucking dope.
yeah.
That's really dope.
So when I don't know how the fuck you apply for that.
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. There's so many jobs like that where there has to be a job for that, but it has to be in the know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's not. Yeah, you don't see that on Indeed.
I would fucking love it. I would
Well, no,
love
that's kind of
it.
the thing is like, I always automatically object to when I see TV personalities that are, and this is usually sports related, but, on the Food Channel, you'll see this too. It's like, why the fuck am I watching a show? And I'm sure she's talented, nice, or whatever, with Bobby Flay's kid. Mm-hmm. I mean, we can get into whether or not I give a shit about Bobby Flay, but it's like...
Let's get into it. Do you give a shit about Bobby Flay?
Not really, but I mean, hey, Bobby Flay!
I think he's entertaining.
Yeah.
I like to watch.
He basically will make everything, with chipotle pepper, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But, the whole kind of thing of like, for all I know, she's exceptionally talented, but like, was that an exhaustive search of your best and brightest, or was maybe she knew
Nepotism.
somebody,
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's the whole thing, is like, you have to know somebody. You have to kind of have your fucking foot in the door.
Nepotism is real.
For
sure.
Yeah.
Again, it was, that was probably the only thing holding my band back.
Yeah.
Well, and even to piggyback off that for myself, because I've released myself from restaurants a while back, and I've been doing my own shit. And I can, honestly, the success that I have now, being 5 years out of the restaurants and, creating my own lane, is because I knew places that would be open to me trying this modality that I was working on.
Right.
I already had a foot in the door with yoga studios that I could that trusted me and knew what I could offer, and they trusted that I would put my heart into this new thing that I was doing. So even that, like I luckily had, those relationships already created, and even the people that I work with, as far as like my energy work goes, individual work, there was a handful of people that were willing to give me a shot
Yeah.
right off the bat because, again, we've created that relationship of trust, and they're like, yes.
And they know you as a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I do think there is a modicum of that to it. And obviously you can do it without, but it is nice when you do have an in of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
But where I think I get the issue with that is the fairness,
Yeah.
right? Because sometimes, like Bobby Flay's kid, right? Maybe Bobby Flay's kid is the best fucking chef in the world. Who knows? Maybe Bobby Flay's kid has a show because her last name is Flay.
Yeah.
And Bobby Flay,
it's just tough. It's, it's
Yeah.
like, fuck.
Well, especially within like the entertainment industry, nepotism's like been a big topic of conversation with like you have these kids of actors that are just getting role after role after role, and
Tom Hanks's kids.
Yeah, and not to say, and there's two sides of that sword where it's like you have families that have generations of police officers or firefighters, and so you follow in the line of your family work,
Totally.
and no one says boo about it. But as soon as it's entertainment industry, it's nepotism. They're getting jobs they
Following
shouldn't.
the line.
But like
My father's been rocking ganj for a while.
Just doing what dad did.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I mean, think about it like this though. I get some fucking gig talking shit, doing whatever. And I'm like, oh, have I got the fucking crew for you guys?
Yeah.
It's no different.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten my current job without knowing Monica.
Right?
I applied a shit ton of times and didn't hear anything back until I pulled strings. So, like, I mean, we all have
fucked
our
up.
own...
It's fucked up because I'd be like, no bullshit, your resume, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, still to get your name to that top of that pile.
But because the manager was like, we have 100 applications sitting in our website that we have to go through,
Yep.
and if you don't have anything standing out, and even if you do, there's also probably 80 other people that have something that stands out. Like,
I ended up at my job because they actually I applied on their website and they're like, oh, so whoever the fuck looked at it actually read the resume, and I'm like, well, cool, thank you for fucking calling me.
yeah,
I
know
because that was amazing that. And again, this is fucking ego, whatever, but it was just like pretty hard to actually get a job
yeah.
in this kind of fucked up hospitality industry that it is.
Not even in
Considering
hospitality.
it even pays probably about 30% less than what it used to pay.
Well, and my resume is all over the fucking place. Like, owned dog walking business, worked at a call center, had, I look like a fucking nightmare who can't, commit to a job, so I get it. But, I was applying for everything. I was applying for shit I didn't even want. I was applying for entry. I never, ever heard back from any company unless it was one of the scam multi-level marketing group interview. There's 40 of you on a Zoom call and it's like, oh, this is red flags all over the place. Yeah. But I never heard back from anybody. And I was applying for shit for months.
Well, it's actually funny because the guy, one of my better friends at work, who's a couple years older than me, he's very, very similar professional background.
Yeah.
Literally, he's like, yeah, I work here because they are the only people that ever fucking called me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's fucking unbelievable. I mean, he and I both had the same thing. Overqualification was part of it, but it's just actually people calling you.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll fucking work for you.
Just getting in, in an interview. I couldn't even get a fucking interview. Couldn't get a word back. But I have a college degree. A college degree gets you a job.
You can sing a pretty damn good version of Fancy.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm diversified. I have a lot of jobs. I have a lot of shit to offer.
Exactly.
Well, that speaks volumes too, because technically, when you were looking for a job a few months back, we're in the Great Resign.
Yeah.
So we need people. We're desperate for workers.
That's why I was like, oh, it'll be easy.
Right.
I'll just get another job.
We're pretty short staffed at my job, and I would say literally. And again, I'm not in the management role there, but I would say 75% of the people they have to schedule for interviews don't show up.
Right. Yeah.
It's fucking great. It was fucking fine. Don't show up. That's save some time.
Yeah.
But that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's interesting and
checking a box for the unemployment thing, maybe.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 yoga studios in this area that I'm pretty heavily involved with, just teaching at and sound baths and stuff. And both of those studios right now are on a wait list for subs to teach at the studios, which is crazy because we've never like
Everyone's quitting their job to be a yoga teacher.
You know, it seems like
It is.
people
It's
are
real.
like following their passion.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck this, man.
I don't
want to
work in
this
a
crap.
That many
I still want to do
subs,
something.
so you can just give up your shit whenever you want.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
But I mean,
I
within
never have
reason,
any issues covering classes.
within reason. I mean, obviously, if you start doing that, it's like,
Yeah.
hey, dude, you actually still want to fucking work here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, but
Right.
that's not the case
Yeah.
at other studios.
Yep.
From what I've understood, for my
Your
pronounced
extensive
cynicism,
yoga?
I'm actually pretty fucking
Hey, Robin,
immersed.
what's the hardest yoga pose, Robin?
Well, I mean, it depends on what your practice is, Adam. I mean, everyone's journey through yoga is different. I mean, I don't really like to limit myself.
Shavasana is the hardest.
Well, I mean,
Shavasana is the
I
best
mean,
part.
I,
Yeah.
downward Visapasana is not easy.
Oh,
either.
yeah, for
meditation.
sure. Yeah, definitely.
That's difficult stuff. Silent retreats. I'm pretty immersed in that yoga community.
Yeah. Well, what's the? So I love this because when I was thinking about random jobs people do, it's like there's a lot of random jobs like this the pole cleaner at the strip club.
Yeah.
That's fucking random. But like, what's random shit you've learned from the jobs that you've had that you probably never would have even considered knowing that you've learned? And the first one that popped up to my head is when I worked at Jillian's. We had a game room, and it was all like coin op mech operated games, and like racing games and air hockey and shit like that.
Yeah.
And we had a game tech guy, but he only worked Monday through Friday, banker hour shit.
Yeah,
right?
you could fucking fuck with a coin thing.
Yeah, right. Like
yeah.
I can change coin mech operators. I can like work with circuit boards and try to figure out how to link the game.
I will say I never thought I'd be a forklift certified.
Forklifting.
I never in my wildest dreams thought I would ever be forklift certified.
One of my favorite things to do now.
Yeah.
Were you guys working that day, and I won't say the dude's name, out of respect, when he bottomed out the forklift in the gravel area?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was respect.
Yeah.
My very first Moonlight Cinema there, another non-mentionable beer tender was loading beer into the bowl, and I'll say Jesse because Jesse's the shit. Jesse Ortiz was like, you shouldn't do that because it just rained recently. You shouldn't do that. The guy's like, it's fine, got this. Bottomed out, got it stuck, and I just become forklift certified.
Yeah.
And Boy Hackett was there, but he wasn't around. It was just me and this tour guide.
Oh.
And there was a forklift in the bottle hall that they were like, you can use this one. And so I'm like, oh shit, this is my first forklift assignment.
Exactly.
It's
It's a rescue mission.
Yeah, to unfuck
Exactly.
the situation.
Was it a tour guide that I also worked with?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
cool,
yeah,
cool, cool,
I
cool.
gotta
I mean,
educate
there
you.
really is only one choice.
Dude, so you fucking had the
Yeah.
John
Okay,
Rambo.
no, it wasn't him.
Oh,
It wasn't
okay.
him.
Oh, it was
You had
okay,
the
okay,
John
okay.
Rambo behind enemy lines.
Yeah, so I had to get that forklift out and then go forklift his forklift out of the place where he got stuck. It was fucking crazy.
Oh
But
my
we ended up doing
God.
it. It was great.
God, the best is, hey, I wouldn't do that.
Yep. I was there one time when...
Because that motherfucker, at respect, been there for 10 years at that
Oh,
point.
yeah.
He's like, I have seen this movie before.
Yes.
This is not just me speculating. I have seen someone looks probably just like you, slightly different t-shirt, different logo. Drive that fucking thing into the mud.
Now, the gentleman you're thinking about, Kinzie, I didn't witness it, but I saw the aftermath of it. Put a forklift through the roof of a tractor of one of the trailers.
Oh
The
yeah, that
trucks.
tracks.
Oh.
That tracks.
Yeah, because he lifted
All the
once
forks
he
all the way up?
Once he unpalleted, right? He got his pallet off, and he just kept going up.
No.
And he went right through the top.
Oh my
Right through the
God.
top of it. And so I walk out, and it was just like, Adam, you need to come outside. Got a radio, and I'm like, what's going on? It's like, we need you here. We need a witness. I'm like, fuck. And so I'm walking out from the by the walk-in cooler, and I'm looking over, and I'm like, I don't see anything, and I'm looking around, and then I look up, and I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
my.
that's taller than it should be.
Well, in all honesty, it's like, that's kind of, it's like, what are we doing having someone doing that job? Like, oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
also going to do this.
Right.
Yeah, like, what the
I'm in
fuck
no
is
way
that?
qualified to drive this
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
forklift, but
Yeah,
if you want to
exactly.
certify me, I'll fucking
really
do
the
it.
absurdity of that job is like, tour guide, Yeah, you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
But the first 3 hours of your shift, you're gonna be forking
Yeah.
thousands of pounds of shit on the loading
Millions of
dock.
dollars.
Fucking crazy.
On the
And then
line.
around like people at Moonlight Cinemas, the
Oh,
concerts
God.
that we did, fucking rolling around with kegs, dude. I saw people take
In and out of the
orders
big walk-in.
so quick that the pallet of kegs like flew off the fucking like dude.
It did make me feel cool when I was dropping the pallets off, and you can kind of have that moment to yourself going around the corner where you're
Totally.
just like, yeah, drive a forklift, bitch.
Yeah, I do love driving the forklift.
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing. I had like a stressing day, like doing all the bullshit, putting out the fires, and then it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go fork some beer for a little bit.
Fuck yeah.
Just fucking great. But yeah, I also
Reverse axis on that shit. So I got certified, but I never actually fucking drove.
yeah,
the
you
forklift.
barely
Oh,
ever
yeah.
drove
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I just used the fucking pallet jack, and I'm just like, wow, this is not awe-inspiring. Like, I'm just going, I will definitely become one of these fucking stories, except we will just say,
Yeah.
Robin did this. Robin fucking bottomed out this. Robin
Fucking
drove the
fork.
forklift through the trailer.
Yep. Dude,
Totally.
no matter how comfortable I got on the forklift, like I'd be fine doing like 1 or 2 pallets, 3 pallets high, right?
Yeah.
Anything above 3 pallets started to terrify me.
Same.
And then when we'd have to go and
Holy
get shit out of the
shit.
fucking the what do we call it? The there was a
The other
name for it.
building, the other building.
Yeah.
Building 1, but there was
3.
like the attic or something. And you'd have to go all the way to the full extension
Yeah.
and then go in and get the shit and come out. Dude, it terrified me every fucking time.
No, it never felt
Butt
good.
puckered, fucking little
Yeah.
sweating, you know.
Glad you're by
fucking
myself.
hell, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna
PPE,
die.
baby. PPE.
$12 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
$12 an hour. We're giving
High
you free
school
beer and some
education.
fucking t-shirts.
When I worked at the movie theater,
Theater.
it was before everybody went digital. And I actually learned how to splice movies.
Yeah.
Tyler
fucking
Durden,
cool.
man. Tyler Durden.
No, I didn't do any previous work in there. No.
Splice movies.
But Ryan McGowan taught me how to splice movies. That was fucking cool.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I
You
like
know,
Brother
that.
of Rose McGowan.
No, definitely not. But they would usually come in like 4, like depending on how long the movie is, like 3 to 5 reels, and then you have to splice in the trailers and shit at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking dope.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I already knew how to splice a little bit from my audio days, because we just learned just so we knew how to do it. So we'd splice like 24-inch tape, or the 2-inch tape, or the like 1/4-inch tapes, and like little editing projects. But yeah, that was fucking fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really. It's just so random.
Yeah, all the little tidbits of things that you pick up at all your random jobs.
I think the most random, maybe not the most random, but like getting certified in biohazmat cleanup.
Yeah.
When I worked at Jillian's was weird.
Ooh.
Because we ended up doing that because we had so many fights. It was a requirement from the fucking fire department. They made all the managers and bartenders, I think, go through like this, like how to clean up biohazard because it's like blood and fucking all the shit.
Poop.
Yeah, poop,
Yeah.
too, yeah,
For
totally.
pooping glasses.
Yeah, you know, oh god damn. Luckily, I mean, I worked at Jill's for 8 years and never had, minus the warm poop in the glass, never had any inside the building poop issues like we had at Red Hook. And it's strange that
I blame probably the Sonoran hot dog. Maybe
middle
that's
of the
what
day on
did
a
it.
Tuesday.
Just
Yeah,
Oh, the Sonoran hot dog.
yeah.
that was something special.
Yeah, well, and just learning the
really
ins and outs.
You really dove into just cheating on your vegan.
Oh yeah, I
lifestyle.
have
yeah,
no. I
you
had
threw
no.
out the window.
I did. Yeah.
Bacon wrapped hot dog.
Yeah.
Didn't it have blue cheese on it too?
No,
Or just
hell no.
No, there
No,
was-
no, no.
bacon. It was just bacon
It's
wrapped hot dog.
a Sonoran hot dog
Jalapenos.
is basically a burrito with it's on a hot dog. But anything you'd put on a taco or burrito, you'd put on a Sonoran hot dog. So like salsa,
You
guac.
sick fucks. You sit
it's so
around
good.
with your dry heat and your haboobs, and you have these fucking hot dogs.
Fucking haboobs.
Haboobs.
Oh,
You know what job I would fucking love to have is those guys that work like once a year to change like the light bulb on the
Yeah, I
the
wouldn't do that
1,000
shit.
foot
Fuck
antenna,
that. Fuck
and you work
that.
one day a year and you
Nope.
make 80 grand. I'd
Nope.
do it. I would fucking do it. I would risk my life to work one day.
Well, no, I mean, it's just like, God, it's just like, but see, I don't really, I mean, back in the day, it's like, oh, get a little drunk, a little liquid courage. You're not gonna go and do little drugs. It's just
no,
like,
dude.
I don't
as soon
know.
as you get what, like 200 feet up off the air, like it just starts swaying. And so, okay, so I was watching a video of that the other day, and they're like talking about that, you know,
Yeah.
same thing. And he's clipping in and climbing up, clipping in, climbing up. I'm like, my feet were sweating just watching the video.
Oh yeah,
and
'cause
then
you
he
got a
gets to
height
the
thing.
top. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like heights. And then gets to the top, changes the light bulb, and he's like, the voice says, well, now how do I get down?
No.
And he base jumped from
Yeah.
up there, just
Yeah.
jumped off the top and had a parachute. I'm like,
Yeah, I saw
Hell
that.
yeah,
no.
that's dope.
I guess if you're ballsy enough to get like climb up there, you probably
Base
have,
jumping's
Yeah,
it's
easier.
like, yeah, we do that too.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Well, no,
the quickest way down.
And that's the
you
thing
know?
is, like, I don't know if I would skydive again, having done it. Like, I don't really feel the need to seek it out again.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with bungee jumping. I'll do that.
Oh, I would
I-
skydive over bungee jump.
See, that's the thing is, like,
Yeah.
I'll do bungee jumping because I haven't done it, but that's
Yeah.
way fucking scarier to me.
Yeah. Well, the
about bungee
whiplash does not interest me.
It's the fact that you are stepping off. Like,
My
there's way
feet are
more in my
tied together.
mind. There's way more in my mind control in bungee jumping. Skydiving, it's like you're accepting your fate.
Yeah.
But you have a parachute that I feel like you have a higher chance of getting hurt on a bungee than you do skydiving because of the thing it's attached to, the whiplash when you hit down, trusting that the spring is going to bring you
Yeah,
back
I've
up.
done-
At least like the parachute, like you.
I've done the fucking. I've done the swings a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, and that's, it's not a bungee, it's a steel cable, but same kind of thing. You
Yeah.
fucking.
Like pendulum.
Well, yeah,
style,
it's
you
but
know?
it's just like that first fucking 4 seconds. It's like until you start actually swinging,
Until
it's
you know
like
that it
I
catches.
could very much be fucked up, very much dead,
Yeah.
very much all dead.
Yeah.
Well,
No more me dead.
No more Robin.
I just think there's so many people like who invented bungee jumping.
Some crazy fucks in New Zealand.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Alright,
that just
alright.
like is life not like life isn't enough.
Life
we
is a
ha-
bungee jump.
Yeah,
You don't
we
have
just-
to add more to
That
it.
amazing
Right.
country, but yeah, some crazy fucks in New Zealand did it.
Alright,
How did you know that?
I went
That's
to
a
New
random-
Zealand and I didn't go there. But well,
I
I
went
went
to
to
New
the
Zealand.
place. I went to the place where it was invented.
Yeah.
It's like you
And-
Oh,
fly
shit.
into the New
I
Zealand
did the
airport.
swing. I did the swing there. I should have done the bungee jumping too, but it's like bungee jumping's fucking scary. And I was by myself, so it's like I'm doing it by myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to I think it was the world's largest swing. Might be. I'm probably China's got something fucking more crazy
yeah, I'm
now. It's
sure,
like,
yeah.
We made swing much bigger.
Yeah.
With Russian accent.
Yeah, with Russian
Chinese
accent.
style.
Yeah.
You're just offending
It's
all,
all across
all
the
the
board.
countries over
Just
there.
bing,
aren't
bing,
you?
Just hit all the marks.
Jesus Christ.
Hit the dumb button at it was at 46.
Yeah.
We have a friend that lives in Hawaii, and her dad is the caretaker for the Paul Mitchell. They call it the Bali House.
Yeah,
it's
it's
Paul
crazy
Mitchell
shit. That's
of
fucking
Patron
nuts.
Tequila and
I
the hair products.
heard about this.
And yeah, so the Bali House is a house that Paul Mitchell saw in Bali, and it's this gigantic fucking mansion. It's beautiful. All hand carved wood and all this shit. And he was in Bali, saw it, and was like, love that house. I'm going to buy it, and then we're going to take it apart and move it to the fucking Hawaii Islands. And so he did that. Yeah, like the person that built it, he hired that person to dismantle it, and then they hired a crew to shift it over, and they put it back together. So this man's job, my friend's dad, he's the caretaker. He lives in a beach house. So it's on a beach in Hawaii. He lives in a beach house. It's like this ramshackle, like fucking awesome, just terrible, beautiful
How do you
beach
get
house.
that job?
So his job is to polish the wood because it's on a saltwater, area, and it gets dried out. So his job is to polish the wood and just water around the house, make sure people don't come on the property.
What
And
do
that's
I
all he
have to
does.
manifest for a job like that?
Fucking
like
awesome.
that's
He's been doing it for like 20 years.
fucking insane.
Yeah. And it's gorgeous. Like the place is huge. Whenever we go to Hawaii, we go visit and just walk around the properties. And it's on a lava rock beach. I mean, it's like everything is poetic about
Yeah.
it. It's so fucking gorgeous.
When I win the lottery, I plan on doing that, but with the practical magic house.
Ooh.
Which doesn't actually exist, but when I
win
win
the lottery,
the lottery, I'm gonna hire someone to watch Practical Magic
Nicole
50
Kidman
times.
and Sandy B.
Absolutely.
Never actually saw that.
What? Oh, you might not appreciate it.
Yeah, she's like,
yeah.
okay,
Tiffany
it's
would
not
like
League
it,
of Their
yeah.
Own. Okay, we can pump the
No,
brakes.
it's yeah.
It's not
It's
League
the
of Their
best
Own.
house that has never existed. And I saw a meme the other day that was like, girls only want one thing, and it's the practical magic house, and it's fucking true. It's the best fucking house. And Stevie Nicks actually called the director and was like, "I'd like to buy this house," and he goes, "It's a set, like but it's so good that
Like a
everyone
Stevie
thought it was
So,
real."
I
And
don't-
it's on Whidbey Island. They filmed it on Whidbey Island, practical magic. So I'm going to hire an architect and have him watch that movie, or her watch that movie. I'm going to have her watch
Somebody
that
on
movie.
the radio today was like, I
rebuild
always
that.
wanted to
That's
buy
fucking
the
great.
house from Blank Check.
Fuck yes!
Check with the water slide.
Yes!
The house from Blank Check.
For a little while, I don't know if you still can, but for a little while, you could Airbnb the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle lair from the '90s cartoon.
Stop.
Yeah.
Like it had
You
like
could
a
also
little video
do-
game arcade and the little half pipe in
You
there.
could do
like all the
you could
shit.
do the Fresh Prince of Bel Air mansion at one point.
Oh,
You could
okay.
also do the last blockbuster.
I would
could
like
do
the
that.
Teenage
Yeah,
Mutant Ninja
Oregon.
Turtles live action movie hang out in the underground subway.
Oh, where the Foot Clan hung out. There was like half
Yes!
pipes and
Yes!
fucking arcades
That
and
was
shit.
gnarly.
Fuck yeah, that
Yeah,
was.
dude, I was sitting there like, I don't know, man. This Bobby kid
Yeah.
probably's got it going on. I know they're stealing TVs and shit, but this is fucking cool.
Yeah, this is I would
This
hang
is
out
fucking
here.
cool.
Fuck yeah, man. That'd be cool. Like to come up with sets like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you have a little bit of experience.
Well,
with
and
that.
like Foley artists fascinate me. Like Foley artists are people that do all of the sound effects for movies.
Oh,
so
yeah.
walking,
Yes.
eating, chewing, any rustling, and the stuff that they come up with to remake sounds is it's not the thing that you would think it is.
Right.
So like they're watching the movie actively and then playing along with whatever sounds, and they use like different, peas or marbles, or walking on this to have dry leaves, like walking through the fall. And I would fucking love that job.
Yeah. I can find myself on Instagram holes on that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Like the amount of ways that they use balloons.
Yes.
It just fucking
So
boggles
many
my
ways
mind.
to use balloons.
Yeah, I fucking love it. But so one of the things that I was thinking about with this too is like weird shit we do to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And being in the yoga world, there's some pretty weird like asceticisms that yogis do, like
Yeah.
ascetic practices. And there's a documentary. I think it's on Netflix, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was really great, and it talked a lot about like the asceticisms that they do. And so one was, there's a couple that I have. So one was, you drink like mass amounts of water and immediately throw it up, and then you drink water and you immediately throw it up. So
For what purpose?
to cleanse basically your esophagus, cleanse your stomach.
Okay.
And so you're basically just, drink, purge kind of idea. There's one where they'll take cloth of some sort and put it through the bridge of their nose, one nostril to the next, and then nasal floss, and just go from side to side. And just,
I could probably do that with my deviated septum.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. Oh, shit.
Finally, I can do a yoga pose.
But the one that's the trippiest that they talked to, I don't know if actually they talked about it on this documentary, but I've heard and read about it. This one's fucking crazy. So there's this idea that if you cut the bottom of your tongue, like where the tongue connects to the base of the bottom
No,
of your mouth.
no. This
Okay.
there's a name for it. Oh no. Okay. Yep. I'm here.
So the idea, so you cut it, you let it heal, cut it, let it heal. So what you want to do is you want to de-anchor your tongue, and then you can snake it up the back of your mouth into your nasal cavity. And
You can also choke on your tongue that way.
Totally,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
That's why
fucking,
it's there.
Yeah, it's not like that's why we anchor it for a reason. Right? So the idea is you snake your tongue up the back of your nasal cavity, and right in between the eyes and the back of your skull, there's a little ball of nectar, and that's where your enlightenment is. And so you hit that with your tongue, and then you reach enlightenment.
Do you know anyone that's done this?
No,
Okay.
not at all, not one bit.
That's horrifying.
That's crazy shit.
No.
Like what the hell?
That
do people
nectar is
do
your
to
sinus
themselves?
fluid, my guy. Like that is not fucking nectar. That is. Oh,
Yeah, that enlightenment,
no.
that's a hemorrhage that just burst.
Yeah, that is your brain. That's straight up your brain.
Like I'm all about trying weird shit. Like I love it. Like one of the things I read about a couple years back that I just can't get enough of. I haven't tried it yet, but I just like the thought of it. It makes me so happy. Is so we're all somewhat vitamin D deficient, especially in the Northwest, and one of the so there's many articles now written about this, but
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Testicle tanning.
nope, sunning your butthole.
Perineum.
Yep.
Okay, same kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yep, totally, yeah.
Because your butthole never sees the sun.
Never sees the sun. So if you sit outside for 30 seconds, sunning your butthole to the sun and absorbing that, it's like an entire day's worth of vitamin D. And this is, again, there's many articles about this.
Okay, so
I would love to just sit on my balcony, sun my butt for 30 seconds.
Okay, so
and see what my neighbors say.
This is
Yeah.
okay. So this is
Morning,
a
Miss Shaw.
Yeah.
this is a story. This is a story of now, I was not here on this road trip, but this is along those lines. I was not here on this road trip, but I know all the players involved, and I believe it, and I've heard the story confirmed by the other guy. He thought it was a good idea he was like, oh, I got to get rid of these tan lines. So he decided to tan his dick on the road trip. You want to talk about,
He just whipped it out and sat
in the
car.
car?
Good, I wasn't in. Do our previous podcast about sack tapping? These guys were more of that cut from that
Gotcha.
cloth.
Okay, yeah, that tracks,
these dudes are hilarious. So is this guy.
Yeah.
But you talk about sunning your butthole and shit. Well, first of all, as you will learn, it's easier to sunburn these areas because they're not
they don't
used
see
to
the
it.
sun, which is
So
why it's only
Home
30
Dog-
seconds.
Home Dog is down there just, trying to tan his dick to get rid of the tan line
Well-
on this road trip, and he's got it like angled into the sun, and I guess the window magnified it.
Smoking out of his dick.
Like he sunburned his dick so bad it like took him like a 10 minutes to put on pants and shit.
Oh my God.
I don't like that at all.
fucking awesome.
Does this smell like bacon in here? What is
It's
happening?
so bad.
Yeah,
It's like,
crispy.
oh yeah, you're just driving. Like, oh yeah, you got to get rid of that tan line. That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah.
It made sense.
My
at the
dick
time.
looks
Oh my
slimmer when
God.
it's tanner.
That's a good point.
Man, that is just horrible.
But yeah, so if you sun your taint for 30 seconds,
30
Yeah.
seconds, you're absorbing enough vitamin D.
Which makes sense in the Pacific Northwest because sometimes we don't get all day sun and we can't sit out there. But I got 30 seconds.
sorry, this is already we're getting into kind of no, we just won't keep going down that.
You want to dive into the butthole?
Could
Could.
thought about it.
Yeah.
Definitely thought about it.
What, being a person that administers enemas?
Oh, isn't that just an RN or a nursing assistant?
No, they have like enema spaces now. Like,
Yeah.
You can go to a monitor.
Gets your
actually
job.
looking at one.
Oh, do you get the coffee blown up there?
Not
coffee,
yet. No,
coffee
I'm
enema
looking
is
at the
like,
options.
That's
I'm looking at the options.
Yeah, see, that's a solid one. My dad was making coffee enema jokes back in like '92, so that's been in the
Guess who's
vernacular for
laughing
your
now?
boy. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, hey, Dad, I met one of those fucking Yabo woohoo guys.
So, I run in a circle of very, unique individuals. Right?
Yeah, sorry. We'll hit the dump button on the Yabo woohoo
No,
comment.
I'm not mocking that. So the reason I'm bringing that up is I went to a friend of mine a couple years back and was like, hey, I'm interested in getting an enema.
It's cold coffee.
It was
They
like
don't-
right
it's
after.
not hot.
I would hope.
It's not hot
Yeah.
coffee.
No, not hot. No. Might be hot coming out,
Yeah.
but not hot going in. But I asked this woman, I'm like, hey, do you know of a place I can get an enema? I'm just looking into it. If you've ever done it, she's like, yeah. I'm like, cool. Send me some names. I'll check it out. She's like, cool, will do. The next day I see her at yoga. I'm teaching class, and she comes in to take class, and she's like, hey, so I've been thinking about the conversation we had. I'm like, yeah, cool. And she goes, so I brought you a kit, an at-home kit, so you can do the enema at home. And I'm like, well, I don't really mind talking about this in public around the people I'm just about to go hold space for and teach class. Like maybe me of like maybe 5 years ago might have been a little twinged by this, but I guess this is fine. But I asked you for a reference of a place I can go get this done, and you bring me an at-home kit. I don't want my first enema experience me trying to shove something up my butt.
I don't trust me
Exactly.
to handle the effects and the aftermath of what happened. I'm not qualified. I'm forklift certified.
I
I'm not
appreciate
certified for this.
Appreciate the confidence you have in me right now.
No,
But
that's why I need someone. That's why I'm
man.
paying someone else to clean my butt.
I don't want to go have to go to the emergency room just for some reason and be like, I've got a tube stuck in my butt.
Yeah, because
I
it's
promise
like a
it wasn't weird. I was
it's
trying
a
to do something.
vortex of suction up there.
Well,
You lose something,
but I
it
was
is gone,
I
buddy. You got 18 feet of
see,
intestines.
that's one of those
it's done. It is over.
So that's the whole ER thing. Is that
There's no
you'd actually be
getting
like,
it back.
I did put this in my ass.
Yeah.
Like I did intend to put this in
Yes.
my ass. Not like I was cleaning out the pantry completely naked and then fell on this honey jar.
You gotta have a weight. You gotta have some kind of a weight. You gotta have a backup. My mom brought home stories so many times from the hospital.
I mean, and it's like 100%. It's like you put this up your fucking ass and you can't get it out.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Someone put a light bulb.
Oh.
But
terrible idea.
And they couldn't, and then it broke
Oh no.
while it was in there. So they
that was probably his or her vibe at the time. Was oh no, oh no, internal bleeding might kill me.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Fuck.
God, that is
Yeah.
just terrible to think about.
Yeah. No.
But I imagine that's something that's pretty common in the emergency rooms.
Yeah.
You know, just-
More than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of. I had a lot of stories growing up about stuffing butts. Yeah.
I love that. There was I think I might have shared this story before, but when I was bartending one time at Jill's, we were busy ass weekend night of some sort, and 10 deep at the bar. It's just fucking bonkers. And this dude kept jumping up on the bar dancing right in front of my well, and I'm like, you need to stop that. And kept doing it, like bachelor party or something. And he just kept doing it, and finally I'm like, dude, one more time. That 7-foot tall man over there is gonna come fucking kick your ass, dude. Just stop it.
He's gonna squash you like a bug.
He jumps up again, and then Tusi starts walking over, and the guy was like, oh shit. And he was like, yeah, I was serious. Like, that's his job. Like, he loves to do his job. Don't make him do his job.
Yeah.
And so the guy gets scared, and he, like, can't figure out where he wants to go because there's, like, all this sea of people. He can't really jump down. And he slips, and he fell into my well. Butt first, feet first.
No.
And
No.
his eyes go...
The bottles.
Like big eyes, and I'm like, get the fuck out of my well. And he gets up, and there's a bottle stuck in his ass.
No! And the pointy pores.
Pour spout,
oh,
I think, went in his ass. I don't know if it went in his butthole, but it punctured him.
Ooh, it's probably
and
still
I burned
there.
the fucking well after that. So the guy gets his ass like probably kicked. I just saw him being dragged out by his head.
Ugh.
And but then I had to burn my well because this fucking ass was bleeding in my fucking well. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
That's worse than glass in the fucking ice.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Luckily, I had biohazard training.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Thank
God.
I'm qualified for this, guys.
God, exactly.
Oh my god, it was fucking horrible, man. I didn't like that at all.
I also wonder, like, people that do food challenges are like, they're just built different.
Yeah.
Like, I can't fathom eating 7 pounds of anything.
Well, you gotta
and
also
they're always
condition
the
your body to
tiniest
fucking
human.
do it. Yeah, like God, what the fuck is her name? Sonia Thomas, I think is her name.
Okay.
Tiny Asian chick. I watched her.
She's the hot dog.
There's so many.
I watched her take down this huge guy who now has a YouTube channel where he chugs shit. But the guy was like fucking probably 400-pound black dude loses in a cheesecake eating challenge to a chick who probably weighs 110.
Yeah, there's
It's
this
the most
one girl I
amazing
follow.
fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Her name's Raina, and she's the same. She probably weighs a $110 soaking wet, and she just will dominate these unbeatable challenges like it's nobody's business.
Crazy.
And she'll like a burrito the size of this table. I have seen her eat, and just not even breaking a sweat. Like, and I'm like, where do you put it?
Do you throw it up afterwards?
I would think it would not be healthy to do that or
Yeah.
sustainable.
Yeah.
But like, I think
I
they
saw
just
a Lifetime movie about a bulimic
hell.
gymnast in which the Pink Ranger was the bulimic gymnast.
Kimberly Jo Johnson,
Oh, KJJ.
KJJ.
Oh, speaking of KJ, I heard she was in a play or a musical.
Yeah.
Who?
I didn't know that.
Okay, yeah, she did a ton of stuff before Red Hook.
Well, no, recently.
Now.
Like she just,
Yeah,
she
Sweeney
just did
Todd.
Oh,
Yeah,
where?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. If I would have known,
I didn't know either.
KJ, if you're listening, I love you. And I'll-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me know
shout out
next time.
KJ.
I'd love to
And
hear
shout out
from you.
KJJ.
KJJ. JJ.
I bet she played the. I bet I know which part she played. The Mrs. Lovitz, the worst pies in London.
I don't think I'm familiar with
KJ will get that joke.
I've fucking never seen Sweeney Todd.
I saw it for the first time this year.
Not a big Johnny Depp enthusiast.
Well,
No,
I like
think
Johnny Depp.
It's Stephen Sondheim. It's Johnny Depp did the movie version of it, but it's a play.
wasn't that directed by Tim Burton too?
Well, if Johnny
Yeah.
Depp's in it, more than likely.
The original, one of the I think
What's
it's either
this?
the original one. Angela Lansbury played Helena Bonham Carter's part in the movie. I think her name's Mrs. Lovitz.
Ah.
But yeah, that's how old that play is. Young Angela Lansbury played it.
Fucking spry Angela
Yeah.
Lansbury.
I have a friend of mine that he's an actor, and he just I was talking to him the other day because we were talking about the strike being over and all that
Yeah.
shit. and he just finished filming a movie, and I was like, well, how was the filming? And he was like, it was great. Fucking Anne Hathaway slapped me like for 5 minutes. She fucking hits really hard.
Thank you.
Wow. And he's like, yeah, it was fucking awesome.
That's dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd let Anne Hathaway slap me for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'd let her slap me for 20.
Yep. Retake.
I can't really.
I didn't really.
I can't really
I feel
think
like we
of
can
an
do one
example
better.
in which my fandom is going to allow someone to slap me in the fucking face. I got to really think about that.
Yeah.
There
There are a lot of actresses that I would let slap me in the face for free. Not even filmed.
I
I
mean-
just let them slap me.
I mean, just let him slap. Just
Yeah.
so you're sharing
Yeah.
space.
Gillian Anderson, I would let her beat the shit out of me.
Gillian
Glad. Fucking Scully, I would let Scully kick my ass for
How
free.
fucking funny would that be?
And
if
I would
Gillian
love
Anderson
every
responds
fucking
to
second
this,
of
then
it.
we're just in some seedy gym in South Seattle, just she's putting on gloves like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck this chick up.
Yeah.
It's an open opportunity. I don't, sign some waivers and an NDA.
Yeah. Gillian Anderson, you can step on my throat anytime you want, bitch.
That's fucking awesome. I love Gillian Anderson.
Yeah, I do too.
I bet she could fucking throw a punch.
What is
I
she-
know she could.
Yeah.
And then just like,
I can't think of anything outside X-Files that I've known her in.
she's in
I've
a
seen
bunch
her
of
in a
stuff.
couple
I don't
things,
think
yeah.
you'd watch it though. She's in a new one on Netflix called
Well,
Sex Education.
I mean, you're 100% right, but how dare you fucking say that?
How dare you read me like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, exactly. Well, she's in a lot of period pieces about
Yes.
Elizabethan England.
Yeah.
Probably would be in that. Well, actually, that's au contraire.
She does a lot of plays at the National Theatre.
Let me put down my dueling gloves.
She's pretty good in Sex Education though. You might like that one.
That
She
probably
plays a-
sounds like it shows boobs.
Yeah, yeah, it's got some boobs in it.
That was a legitimate question pre-internet.
Oh yeah. No,
Mr.
everything has boobs.
Yeah,
Get your cable. Don't forget cable.
Bridge cables.
boobs.
Well, there used to be boobsgalore.com, I think was the name of the website.
I hope
Might
that
still be
exists
there.
still.
That's gotta still exist.
But it would show you exactly the timestamp of where every boob scene was in movies that had boobs in
Mr.
them.
Skin did that.
Yeah.
Mr. Skin.
That was before
Skin.
AI too. So
Right.
it's some guy
Yes.
just sitting at home
Horny
going, I gotta get
motherfucker.
through these 50 fucking films. And you gotta
Somebody's gotta
timestamp
do it.
the nips.
That's a great
Yeah,
job,
that
right?
is a great
these
job.
films.
Hey, listen, I'm not hating on that job. I'm just saying.
They get pretty old.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember. So strip club DJ, I actually knew one,
Oh, okay.
and he didn't. He didn't do it that long. I don't get the vibe that that's as fun a job as you
As it
fucking
seems,
got. Like,
yeah.
exactly.
You have to announce them on stage.
Like, hey,
next up on the stage,
yeah,
hey,
hey,
guys,
yeah.
get
I feel
those
like
dollar
you're-
bills ready.
It's
yeah.
probably
it'll
on
feel
the
real
same
good in the back.
same level as like a wedding DJ where you're like, this is not, I can't. Like it's
Fuck,
you're kind of the
man.
MC of
It's-
stuff, and you got to tell people.
You know, I haven't been to a lot of weddings, but the last couple ones where they're all kind of using an all digital setup, everyone
Yeah.
kind of has the same, more or less DJ setup now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's always just kind of like, fuck. I'm now saying that I'm quote cool, which I'm not, but it's like it's always been that guy. Yeah, it looks like that kind of dorkier kid from high school just
Right.
got some shit, and
Yeah.
he's like, now just doing this.
Yeah, doesn't take much.
You
I know a couple of people who
like
do wedding
it's just
DJ
like
stuff.
cool. Oh, throwing that in that sliding minivan right there.
They
Got some
make-
totes. Got some clear totes. Those are clearly
There you go.
labeled. I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
My
It's
friend
official.
that does it, he makes like $2,000 to $3,000 for
Oh,
a
imagine.
night.
Yeah.
Exactly, dude. Just so you can fucking
play the
play
electric
Black
slide
Street, no
anytime you
diggity.
want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Seriously, there's like 12 songs you have to
Yeah.
play based on the fucking crowd.
Uh-huh.
And it's like,
I,
oh, they're playing party rock. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's in the house
God.
tonight.
Birdie Rock is in the
I actually got conned into DJing a wedding one time.
Oh shit! Fuck, really?
Yeah, it was probably 10 years ago now. But it was my younger brother's friend was getting married, and they had no budget. And so he, like, just begged and begged and begged because he knew, like, I've done music stuff before. I'm like, I've never DJ'd. I don't know how to DJ. I listen to music, really enjoy it. I could probably put some songs together. I don't expect
can
me
make
to
a
mix
playlist.
them
Yeah, it's
from
like,
one
it's
to
like,
the
hey,
next,
Robin,
you know?
it's your very own candy store. It's like, I like fucking going to candy stores.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't want to
no,
own the
I don't wanna
candy
run
store.
this shit.
Yeah,
And it was horrible. Like, I did not a good job. I mean, it wasn't a
You're
like
playing like Pink Floyd Echoes, and you're like, dude, it's gonna get going 12
No,
minutes from now.
Yeah.
I was playing like the approved music that they had mentioned, they were requested, and God, one of the songs, it was like
Yeah.
God, I can't remember what it was now, but it was like a Nate. Gosh,
that fucking
Nat King Cole. Like it was a Nat King Cole song or something.
How old, dude?
And
These fucking 75-year-olds getting
well, and
married?
that's like somebody came up and was like, you need to play something more upbeat, and I'm like, I'm playing what they asked me to play.
Fucking Nat King
blah, blah,
Cole.
blah. And I'm like, oh my god, like this woman just like started carrying me.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I don't know what to do. What do you want to hear? And I was just like, just fucking tell me what you want to hear, and I'll just play this shit. It was terrible.
Yeah.
I sucked at it. And I apologized profusely to the person because I'm like, I'm not good at this.
Nat King
I told you I wasn't that good at
fucking,
this.
yeah. White Christmas shit.
Lady.
Play some. But yeah, exactly. Shit. Yeah, that's fantastic.
But I've found myself in plenty of situations like that where it's like, oh, you know how to do a thing, and I'm like, not that much,
No.
you know. And then all of a sudden you're in the thing, and it's like, oh, we're figuring this out, huh? Okay, wow,
Yeah.
this sucks. I don't like this at all.
I can do it. It's not going to be good.
But dude, also, like, I mean, you're not the DJ personality.
No.
You're like,
No.
hey!
Everybody do it out there on the
Yeah.
dance floor.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, let's hear it for Kelly and Bobby, guys. Hey, yeah. Grandma's feeling it.
Yeah.
Table 19 is
Stay
up
away
next
from
for
the
the
punch,
buffet.
Grandma. Stay away from the punch. Punch.
Oh, looks like Uncle Mike's getting into it. Yeah, man. Not fucking cool.
Just kidding. Where the beat goes on.
Now, bartending weddings I've done a few times, and that's
Oh,
always
yeah,
that's fun. I love that.
I think I've never done it, but I definitely could see myself, quote, coming out of retirement for that, even though I still do it right now for a living.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Mon and I actually bartended a wedding. One of the cooks at Red Hook, what was his name? Bobby.
Flay.
Yeah, right. I don't remember his name now, but I think you guys both worked with him. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thunder was there. A lot of the usual suspects in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's a good gig.
Yeah, I like doing random shit like that now
Fucking
because I know how to
weddings,
do it.
Yeah.
dude.
But like
DJing
having a
wedding.
job doing that again, I don't want to do.
Yeah,
that.
waiting, like having that be your main source of income is stressful.
Yeah, I don't want to do that again.
I couldn't imagine actually DJing a wedding because I would literally just be playing like 90s hip hop
9
and
Inch
shit.
Nails.
And yeah, exactly. I was in the
Deftones.
bottom, but it's just like seriously, and like I don't really fucking know any new music like.
This
at
is
all.
Tool's B-sides.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Tool's B-sides. Yeah, fucking sound
You just gotta
quality's
give it a
kind of
minute, you
shitty
gotta
because
listen
they
to
didn't release
appreciate
it.
10 minutes of ambient scratching.
Yeah.
Exactly. Shit. I mean, I guess I could probably pick like a handful of Bruno Mars songs if I had to.
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
Bruno Mars got to be a staple.
You can figure it out, but it's like, man, I just don't.
No,
wanna
but
do
I mean,
that.
we're talking like literally. I would be like picking like the 6th most popular artists like in the world ever over the last 15 years, like Bruno
Lady
Mars,
Gaga,
yeah,
Bruno Mars.
Taylor Swift, like, and then just doing like the top 5 on Spotify. I'd be like, here it is, Poker Face again, motherfucker.
Third time's a charm. One of the other random gigs that one of my
Great
tattoo.
fucking song, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Poker
yeah.
Face is great.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, I can see why she was. There's some fucking bops on those hits.
She
Bops
is.
on those hits albums.
She had some club mixes on those albums.
Fucking yeah, ma.
Yeah, I had a tattoo artist. Some of her part-time gigs. She transported dead bodies but she wasn't like. You don't like anyone can do it. I guess you just have to have a car that's big enough, or something like that.
Sounds precarious.
Yeah, it was for a specific company, and I think she had to transport them from the hospital to the morgue, or from the morgue to someplace else.
Wow.
So she wasn't like working for a funeral home. It was like kind of the in between of getting the body to the funeral home. And she said it was really great money, and I was like, I kind of would like that job. You just like sit and listen to podcasts, hanging out with a buddy.
So a buddy
Not
of
like they're
mine.
gonna sit up or anything.
Right,
I
yeah,
don't-
and even if they
I
do,
think it
great
was
story.
My friend was. It was either when my buddy was doing valet or was doing construction. Either way, he was driving by some house and he literally saw the people that remove bodies from a fucking. These aren't cops. These aren't medics.
No.
This is like that kind of shit.
Right.
So like removing this dead body and like my buddy's like, what the fuck? Like just kind of like in his car, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
They're like, move on, fuck you, like getting pissed off.
Right, yeah.
Because he's like, gawking at what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got that job. I mean, you had that fucking awesome job that I still bring up about
Staples, baby.
The staple removing job and the
Yeah.
scanning documents job. 4 people shared fucking 80 hours over 2 weeks.
If-
said 7 words to each
If
other.
if I could make that my career, if it had lasted longer, I would have worked there forever.
Oh,
I really would
fucking
have.
love telling that story.
$15 an hour, I would have worked there forever.
Just,
It was quiet. It was,
just
it was great.
everyone there
Just
like
dungeon.
knew how great this dungeon job
I couldn't
was.
tell you one person's name I worked with.
Like
Not one.
literally, like you could have fucking shared a cab with them.
Yeah.
From like to New York, and you would be like, "Oh,
Oh yeah.
you were on Staples."
No. I was on Staples. They were on scanning. The other one was the passer.
Exactly. The scanners and the staplers.
Did you know there's a professional line stander as a job? Like you go stand in line for people, like on Black Friday or stuff like that. Yeah.
That's is there a company or is something you could probably take out on Craigslist?
Probably, yeah. I don't know if there's
concerts too, probably
Concerts too,
before
yeah.
they went digital.
Yep, totally.
I would have done that.
Fucking well, I mean,
Seat
actually,
fillers
I mean,
at the Oscars
this
would do
one's
that.
Seat fillers,
Yeah.
yeah.
this is
right?
definitely one of those that's much more common, but a notary.
Oh yeah.
And like you know, if
I
you
thought about doing that.
if you yeah, dude. Okay, so I had this note. She's perfectly nice, but it's just like, holy shit! Like I don't know what you got paid to
Yeah.
come to my living room and like literally stamp fucking like 4 things.
Yeah.
And then just tell me which has already been marked by whoever the fuck gave you these documents. Like which X I need to write on.
Right. You're just the presence and the stamp is
Like
what a notary
holy
is.
shit! Fuck,
Yeah.
is that an easy job?
I have a friend of mine who's a
Explain to me the
certified
stress
notary,
level
and
there.
so we call her for all of our notary stuff because she carries her stamp with her wherever she goes.
Oh, good
and
on
so
her.
she's like, anytime you need a notary, just let me know.
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, and she doesn't. I think she had to do it for work, but I was like, because it's not that much to get certified as a
not at all.
notary.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
And
really
just
easy.
charge a bunch of shit.
Yeah, one of our friends up the street does it, and like I thought about doing it just because like one, I need it every once in a while. Everybody needs it every once in a while.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a good side hustle.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
You know, it's fucking whatever
Random
it is.
side hustles.
That's what it is. Face feeler is another.
face feel.
Yeah, so like people that product test different types of moisturizers or face creams. Part of the research is not only how it that the skin reacts to it, but how other people feel the face, right? Because your loved one is going to feel your
So
face.
you need a third party
So, yeah, a
to
third
come
party
in.
to come and feel the face of somebody that is testing different types of facial products.
That okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like a survey, same deal.
Yeah.
Well, Mandy also had to do one of her random gigs that she did all the time. She worked for UW, and it was basically role playing with med students. So she had to go in with the script, like that Seinfeld episode where Kramer. That's a real fucking job, by the way. She got paid so much money to do that.
To go there and
Really?
say,
I
like,
can't
great.
remember what it's called. It's yeah, I'll remember as soon as I
you
leave
need to
this
go in
room.
and describe symptoms and see if they can
Yeah,
diagnose.
so she gets a
like,
script. So she gets a script ahead of time of like, sometimes it can be mental health, sometimes it can be like psoriasis or whatever, and
something
or
slightly more complicated
or cancer or
than
whatever.
I can't stop shitting.
Yeah. So you go in and you tell these med students, all the symptoms, and then they have to correctly diagnose you, and they monitor, like the teachers monitor their bedside manner and stuff like that. And she met this one lady who, because they have to do gynecological exams too, and so she was a woman of color, and she was talking to Mandy about it, and she was like, I purposely signed up for these because there are male doctors that will comment about the color of her vagina because they've never seen a woman of color's vagina, so they think something's wrong with it. And she was like, I'd rather have them get it out of the way with me than waiting to see, because all they've seen is either white bodies or whatever.
Wow.
And so she does that on her, like, I think she had another job. She might have been a teacher or something like that, but she just does that as a community service.
Wow.
But Mandy said some of these kids, they have no idea how to people. A lot of them are lab technicians that are also doctors, but like they don't actually have to interact with kids. But this is like part of their course for their degree they have to do. And she said it was some of the most awkward conversations she's ever had. And one time she had to do one where I can't remember what the diagnosis was, but they were like, well, it seems like you have a little weight around the middle. And it was like, that wasn't part of the script. Like her weight doesn't have anything to do with her, whatever. And so they forget that it's like play along and not an actual real patient. But yeah, so that's anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
She's like, nope, that's just fat. That's just me. They're like, is there a chance you could be pregnant? She goes, no. That's wrong script. Yeah.
Yeah.
we're on the different diagnosis, but yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank
Wow.
you very much.
Ah, interesting. I'm glad to know that pays well, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So anybody can do that.
At least they're not paying the people who are doing the test well.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a strike of nurses for Kaiser right
Just
now.
started
Oh
today.
yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like Kaiser was one of the better hospitals. So
No,
that kind of
again,
surprised me.
I'm cynical as fuck, but I heard they wanted 30%. It's like, dude, nobody's going to give you 30. If that's so you can settle on 10 to 15, I
Yeah.
get it. If that's the negotiating.
sure
If
it
it's
is.
like, name one fucking place that's going to give you 30, you know? Patrick Mahomes' boss, the Kansas City Chiefs,
Yeah.
and, you know, about 4 other quarterbacks or NBA players are going to get a 30% raise. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's true.
Them's the breaks.
Yeah.
Curtis Blow knew about it when he rapped about the breaks back in 19, whenever the fuck that was.
There you go. It's a futurist.
Back 'em up, break 'em up, break 'em up. You know, so like working for like Honey Bucket or some shit. So you're gonna
I think
vacuum.
about those
You're
poor
gonna vacuum.
bastards
Well,
all the
see, but
time.
see, so like those guys probably vacuum shit for maybe the first 6 months to a year of that job. You know what I'm saying? I got to imagine that's gonna be your entry level job as you're driving the truck.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's gross. But also, you're wearing like, you know, it's not like you're
got
gonna be
a lot
going.
of equipment in
Yeah, a
there.
lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna be wearing gloves.
Still have stepping foot in those porta potties as a user is rough enough, and then having to deal with spillage, having to deal with taking the thing out. Like, even though I'm wearing gloves, I'm still experiencing it. You know what I mean?
Think about like a weekend festival.
Yes, like the Coachella or fucking Burning Man. No, I'm not.
Oh,
No.
God. Piles of poo.
Yeah. Ugh.
And like drug poo and alcohol poo.
Vomit,
Yeah.
probably. Like,
All
just
the best
everything.
kinds of poo. All the best kinds of poo. Yeah, like
You know what? That was
Yeah.
that's probably
Your vodka Cheeto poo.
I don't know what would be worse, unloading one porter potty or being in charge of unloading the big truck after it's full into another vat of something.
I
You know-
would do the truck because you're just doing big hoses.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's just like
just
this
hook up
into
with
that. It's all contained.
Yeah.
You don't have to go into the new blue fucking.
I'm assuming it's probably like every
Mysterious.
video game or cartoon I've seen. Like there's a meter of floating
Yeah.
green fluid that shakes its way down and then it goes empty and bell or ding happens.
yeah.
You know, that's. I'm sure for the listeners out there that work in shit, if we're wrong, let us know.
Yeah, please,
Reach
write
out to
in.
us. Call Adam on his personal line.
Well, I think on the Men at Work they called it
The nasty.
Doing the nasty.
Doing the
Did you ever
nasty.
do the nasty.
That's a brilliant fucking movie,
I
Men at
love
Work.
that movie.
I don't know why they don't get paid more. Like for people,
Garbage men get paid pretty well.
yeah, because like those jobs that our society looks down on as like gross or whatever. Like I would assume that they would get paid a lot because no one wants to do it.
So in
but
the
it's a necessary
in
thing.
the glory thing of Reddit, I saw a video of some like British newscaster in probably like the 70s interviewing a garbage pickup guy and basically kind of shitting all over the job.
Yeah.
And it was commenting on like, wow, that wouldn't fly now.
Right.
But the guy's just like, no, I get off work at fucking 3 p.m. I can pick my kids up off school. I'm
Yeah.
here for every dinner, blah, blah, blah. And I make a good fucking wage. And it's like, yeah, I always, outside of the smell, doing the quote nasty, having to scrape out the bottom of the truck, it's, those guys are off for
It's
3.
a fucking hard job, and
yeah.
the shit that people don't like. I mean, it's dangerous
We've
too.
all
Like the shit
we've all
people
thrown
throw
away shit we shouldn't have thrown away.
Batteries,
100%.
shards of
Dude,
glass.
you
like,
name it. You name it. I'm like, well, I got it in the bin. And it's closed.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Every time
your
I go
luck.
out to the dumpster, it feels like a dirty
Capitol
secret.
Hill, holy shit, man.
Well,
You
just
probably
be-
got seagulls by your fucking...
Oh, I mean, I hit a guy in the head just opening the door. There's people always in our dumpster.
Oh, shit, I didn't even think
dumpster
about it.
diving.
Oh, yeah.
And I've put stuff in there while someone was in there, and I didn't know they were in there. But like,
Oh, fuck.
just being able to get rid of my trash and put it in a big dumpster
Oh,
and
yeah,
then walk
furniture.
away and just be
Yeah.
like, I don't ever have to
Buy
think about it
a
again.
chair
It feels
that's
like
not
a dirty secret.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I just got away with I threw away everything I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Just,
Seriously,
God, I'm a
fucking-
monster.
Fucking blood diamond over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
Seriously. Some poor guy is just like, my kid's recital is tonight as long as this building didn't throw away any chairs.
Yeah. People just put straight up beds out there.
Oh, dude, I've seen-
couches.
oh, dude.
And then they're gone. I don't know what the guys actually do with them
Right.
because there's no way they fit in the garbage
Yeah.
truck. But I don't know where they go.
Well, I
but they
mean,
go
I
somewhere.
haven't been to the fucking dump / what you transfer stations, what it's called, but I'm
Right.
pretty close to one, and it's pretty cathartic when you finally get rid of something that you've had for fucking like 6 years.
Yeah.
You're like, and then you throw it away and you watch it just get destroyed. You're like, oh god,
Oh no.
that's so cool.
Hucking it
I
over
got
the
rid
fucking
of-
side,
Yeah.
I got rid of a bunch of furniture and pictures and frames and a bunch of just shit around the house that I was like kind of just revamping the living room.
A bunch of pictures
Yeah,
and frames,
well, just,
family mementos.
Stupid shit that
With
I
some
would
cleaning.
buy on Etsy or whatever, just like like a movie
Hey,
poster.
don't
that
let
I
it
want
get
anymore.
out that the entire platform of Etsy is stupid shit.
Oh no, it's great. I have a American Horror Story things that I was just like, oh, I liked it for 6 months and now I'm bored with it. But I put them all out right next to the dumpster, and as I was coming down with new loads, by the time I got down there, it was gone. So I feel like it's kind of nice living in the city because you can just leave stuff out and someone will take
It's
it.
like
which
that
is nice.
time-lapse
Yeah.
video of the fucking
I'm like,
pies at
someone will like it.
Costco. Have you seen that?
I don't think I've
the
seen that,
fucking
no.
video of the overhead of the fucking huge, like probably football field length display of pumpkin pies at Costco and just like fucking ants just, it's insane.
I'll have to check that out.
God, I have to work Thanksgiving. I'm nervous. It's a
Yeah.
home game for the Seahawks. I'm just gonna get my
that
ass handed to
fucking
me. I didn't
sucks.
realize
You
that
guys
that
aren't
was
gonna
it.
go. Well, yeah, your particular job probably doesn't have like a fixed menu,
No, and
which is
for
normally
game
what
days,
you would do.
for
Yeah.
game days, they get their fucking ass kicked down at the
Yeah.
stadium
Are you
location.
working at that one?
Yeah,
Oh,
because I'll
they
pick up
fu-
shifts down there sometimes when they have games and stuff.
That sucks.
And I
balls.
picked up Thanksgiving because I was like, because we're already getting
Which is
holiday
a
pay for that
homophobic
day.
remark. You shouldn't say that sucks balls because there are some things that some people would really be down with that.
Like, ooh,
Yeah.
that sucks balls.
Yeah.
Awesome! Let's
Hey.
fucking go.
Sucking
Anyway,
balls.
Sucks tits.
There you
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be an easy day and I'd get like double pay because I'm getting holiday pay, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it'll be fun. We'll probably just like hang out in the restaurant and eat, and maybe a couple tables will come in. And they're like, no, girl, they're playing the 49ers, and I was
You're
like,
gonna get
oh, we're
fucking
gonna
crushed.
get
Get
just
your
bent
ass
over
kicked.
and done dry.
So I was
Wonderful.
working lunch yesterday and I made a joke. I'm like, man, shit, it's actually kind of busy. Guys sitting out there. I'm like, thought I could just take a hit of acid, just kind of fucking groove and then get phased.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, there was a time during that rush I had no fucking idea what's going on. The entire restaurant was on fire.
Yeah.
But no one else seemed to care, so I just had to fucking grind through it. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, I'm sorry, you probably wanted to order lunch, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Let me get your fucking food order. Get your food order, and then we'll
Yeah.
go back to this acid that I didn't take.
Yeah.
Gotta keep people on their toes, man.
That's right, man.
Never know what's going on.
Again, I can't believe you did that shit before work sometimes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No.
What a
nightmare.
waste of good acid.
No shit.
Well, when you had a plethora back then. it was
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was I supposed to do, man, when you have the Encyclopedia Britannica? I had A. I just had A of acid.
just- Did you remember the PlayStations back in the day, like the OG PlayStations? Like when it would
The
go
white
on-
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
PlayStation 1? I never actually owned one.
With the circle disc on the
Yeah,
top.
totally.
Yeah.
Like when it would go to sleep mode, or when you were playing music in it, you could use the controllers
to like
do,
move through the... Yeah.
Dude, man, we used to just fucking just
Wow.
trip balls. And
Wow.
Just do that.
Yeah,
It was great.
dude, fucking, this is the Dare
In between
podcast.
our Tony Hawk sessions.
Tony Hawk sesh, and then
Yeah.
yeah, drinking orange juice.
Yeah, man, because the vitamin C activates it, right?
Activation, man.
Acidicness. Actually, I just saw something the other day about a way to take mushrooms, the psilocybin. So this person said, take take your mushrooms, grind it up, put them in a jar, and then put lemon juice in there.
Ooh.
Because lemon juice extracts more of the psilocybin, and it activates it because of the acidicness in it.
I can
Okay.
imagine
Drink
on
it.
a molecular fucking science level and shit, just watching that shit go crazy with acid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
with the citrus acid.
Yeah, and then when you drink, apparently it hits harder. It doesn't last as long because it hits really hard, really
And
quick,
fast, yeah.
really fast.
Have you tried it?
No, I just saw it the other day. I'm like,
Yeah, I'll try that.
All right.
Yeah, I
big
definitely,
lemon shot.
I need to figure out what the fuck that shit I ate in California was that was
Oh,
in the
yeah.
chocolate bar. I still don't even know because it wasn't psilocybin, and based on everything I know and everything I did and didn't see, that all checks.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's probably like a cousin of it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like Delta 8, which I haven't done, but I hear that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Yeah.
Fucking cheeseburger in paradise.
Oh, tip the hat to the old
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
I'm going to Key West in January, man.
Well, go say hi to Jimmy's grave, right? Because he's in Key West, right?
He'll always be in Key West, even
There's
if
a
he isn't in Key
cheeseburger.
West.
Yeah, he'll always
He is
be.
Key West.
He is Key West. I hear he doesn't even live there anymore.
Yeah, he's dead.
He died. Yeah.
So he doesn't
That
for
is-
sure.
that is
live
correct.
there anymore. He doesn't live anywhere anymore.
Yeah,
No
the
need to
parrot
fact
heads
check
are like,
that.
fuck you!
All right. We'll see you next time.